Hey everybody, Pumpkin here. Today I wanted to bring you a deck I've been experimenting with on ladder, and it's been working out pretty well. It's Deathwish. This is a deck that hasn't been seeing a lot of play up until probably now. In the past, the problem was it just got outvalued. Other decks could just put out more points. Really, Morven was similar in that Morven you got to use +4, or well, 3 or 4 in round 1, 2, 3. And Deathwish does the same thing, kind of, right? Because your bronzes do about 4, sometimes 5 with Harpy Egg. With Unseen Elder, the problem was it wasn't consistent. Morven was 100% 3 or 4, whereas this, you have to draw the Deathwish unit, right? But now that the power level of a lot of decks have been toned down a bit, Deathwish is starting to shine. Witchers are no longer auto-run, and Crones are high value. They're just solid. So Unseen Elder is basically the king of carryover in terms of your leader because he wasn't touched at all, whereas all the other leaders were touched that had carryover, such as Kraken Crate, Ethne, Morven. So Consume's actually pretty good. Yeah, so we're going to get into the deck, and then I'll show you some gameplay. So Unseen Elder, you get to use this ability once a round for all 3 rounds. Trigger an ally's Deathwish ability on round start, refresh this ability. So your 3 main Deathwish cards are Rotfiend, damage a random enemy by 4, boost the highest ally by 4, and Harpy Egg. Spawn a Harpy and summon it to a random row. Harpy is a 5 strength egg, or beast. You could also use it on Archspore. I wouldn't suggest it, but if it's your only Deathwish, then you don't really have a choice. So, yeah, very strong, good early. It allows you to bleed because you essentially get 4 to 5 extra points. So, strong leader in the deck. Old Spirit Tip. This is kind of a card you just throw into every deck. Every monster deck. Strong 13 for 15 works well with Ozrael. High point play. It's a good card. Unicorn Chironex, very, very strong. Not much more needed to be said there. Roach, very simple. Thins your deck. It's really the only thing in this deck other than Prince Vellum. Yeah, the extra points in round 1 are always useful. Ozrael works very well with Old Spear Tip and Caldwell. If you play against big monsters, if you queue into another big monster deck, you can eat their Spear Tip, which is really good because you get to deny that. Count Caldwell. I love this card. I put this card in almost every deck. It fits well with monsters because you can eat it later with Ozrael in case you don't throw your Spear Tip. So I love the card. Crones are underappreciated. These cards are really, really good. So they all have 5-point bodies for 8, and one of them does 2 damage. The other one does 2 damage. The other one boosts by 2, and then the last one consumes. This number increases for every Crone you play prior. So if you play consume a card, then your Wispus will be damaging an enemy by 4, and your Weege will be boosting by 4. Once you play one, the next one after that will be doing 6. So it's 2, 4, 6 for both of these, and then the Brewis is consume 1, 2, 3. Generally, you're never going to want to be playing this one last because you almost never need triple consume proc. There are some cases where you need 2 consume procs, but more often than not, I use Brewis for 1 consume proc just to boost the other 2. The other 2 are it's where it's at because getting +4 or dealing 4 is very, very strong. And then 6 after. So very, very, very good cards. You play 1, maybe 2 of them early on, and then round 3. Assuming you draw 3, you're looking at 5 plus a 6. You're looking at 11, which is, that's a big point play. I mean, 11 round 3 is no joke. That's almost like having Unicorn and Chironex in the same hand. So very, very strong cards. And unlike Unicorn and Chironex, you don't have to have them both in your hand. You can play 1 in round 1, 1 in round 2, and 1 in round 3, and you're good. Prince Vellum. Prince Vellum is a card a viewer suggested, and it's been working pretty well. Originally, it was another Solano Harpy. The reason I added Prince Vellum is the gold count on this deck is on the lower side, which means it's better for Prince because generally your golds are higher quality if you're playing fewer golds. So yeah, Prince just adds that little bit of consistency. Maybe you don't find that very last Crone. Prince helps you find that. Or maybe you have Chironex in your hand. You want to pull that Unicorn out. So you use Prince to do that. Do note if you play Prince and you haven't played any other gold cards yet, so you haven't pulled Roach out of your deck, you can pull Roach because deploy effects go off before the body hits the board. So when you play Prince, the deploy goes off, play a random gold card from your deck, and that could be Roach. And then, yeah, that sucks. So keep that in mind when you're playing Prince. That goes for every deck, not just this deck. Solana Harpy, it's a consume trigger for your Deathwish. The worst thing ever when you're playing Deathwish units is you play Deathwish unit and then, well, you can't kill it. If you can't kill the Deathwish unit, you get half the value. That sucks because Deathwish units, I guess they're like high risk, high reward. But if you play enough consume proc, it's not really high risk. It's just reward. So yeah, an extra consume proc never hurts. The reason we choose one Solana Harpy and two Cyclopses is because we're in kind of an engine meta right now, so having the extra removal with Cyclops is very helpful. Cyclops destroy an adjacent ally and damage an enemy by its power, so you throw away whatever, generally Deathwish units, and kill your opponent's cards. Every now and then you'll like tactical advantage a Harpy and like kill a 10-drop. I don't know. There are scenarios where you tactical advantage the card so that you can kill a tall engine, but very, very strong card. Rotfiend. So this is one of our 3 priority Deathwish card. It's a 4 strength body when you put it on the board, and when it dies, it does 4 damage to a random enemy. It is random, so if they have a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, it can hit any of those. So yeah, a little bit of variance there. So it is a 4 for 5 if you can't proc it, but if you do proc it, it's an 8 for 5. Take into account you're paying for the proc on other cards, but it's very strong. It's very strong with leader. It's very good at engine removal. A lot of people open up with like a 4-point engine. I'll play Rotfiend on the board and then Elder it, and then I kill their engine. And then they'll play like another engine, and then I'll Solana Harpy, and then I'll Solana Harpy the Rotfiend, and then kill the engine again. Meanwhile, I'm developing points, and they're just doing nothing basically. So Rotfiends are very strong control tools. Bridge Troll, the opposite of Rotfiend, so damaging your opponent's card, it boosts one of your cards, except it boosts the highest ally, so 100% of the time it's boosting your tallest ally. Be a little careful of this. You don't want to have like a 15-point Oswell and you Bridge Troll and you Bridge Troll again. You're looking at a 23-point Oswell. It's a little scary if you're playing against Nilfgaard. They might peter that, so yeah, keep that in mind. You might want to delay your Bridge Trolls against certain matchups. Harpy Egg, spawn a Harpy and summon it to this row. This is your ideal Deathwish because it spawns a 5, whereas the others are 4s. And 5 is clearly bigger than 4, unless, of course, they have an engine. If they have an engine, killing that engine is going to be worth more than spawning a Harpy Egg. So if you're playing against a deck that's less engine-oriented, you're most likely going to be using Unseen Altar on Harpy Egg. Maelorn. Trigger a Bronze Ally Deathwish unit. It's ability. So if you have a Deathwish unit, Rotfiend, Bridge Troll, Harpy Egg, or Archspore, you play this, it procs it. It's basically Unseen Elder. Yeah. Obviously, this card sucks if you don't play it on a Deathwish, but the idea is to, well, play it on a Deathwish. Yeah. If you hit it on a Harpy Egg, you're getting 8 value. If you hit one of the 4s, Bridge Troll, or Rotfiend, you're looking at 7 value, which is still good. Drowner, this card is really popular in monster decks. The movement is very strong against NR and even against Scoia'tael because they play cards like Smugglers and Swordmasters. So Drowner usually gets good value. Not to mention it has the word Thrive on it, and all your Deathwish, or basically every card in your entire deck other than Archspore procs Drowner. And, you know, having an engine on the board can never hurt. So Drowner makes the cut easily. And this extra removal for those pesky Drowners or Neckers that your opponent might play. In Archspore, this card is auto-included in every monster deck. It's just a phenomenal card. It usually gets about 5 value for 4, and it has Thrive on it, so there's a threat that you have to remove it. And it has the word Deathwish on it, so worst case scenario, you don't draw your Bridge Troll, Harpy, Eggs, or Rotfiend. You can use Unseen Elder on Archspore. Sometimes my opponent will lead with a 4-point engine, and I won't have a Rotfiend in hand. I will play Archspore and then Elder my Archspore to do 4 damage to that engine. Might not seem great, but killing an engine is almost always worth it because engines can get out of control. If you've ever played NR or played against NR, you'll know what I'm talking about. So general game plan with this deck, just like every other deck, you generally want to try to win round one. Yeah, try to win round one. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. Generally, your opponent can't bleed you too hard because you do have Unseen Elder. If you do win round one, I generally like to bleed round two because, well, I have Unseen Elder. So try to bleed round two. In terms of mulligans, this deck's actually really easy with mulligans. I almost always keep my opening hand. Obviously, if you have a Roach in your hand, you mulligan that, and you need to have a Deathwish unit or two. If you have 0 Deathwish units in your hand, you need to go find some, because your Elder's useless if you have no Deathwish units. So try to find 1 or 2 Deathwish units. Yeah. Don't have Roach in your hand, and you're pretty much good to go. The deck doesn't have a lot of thinning. You got Prince and Roach for thinning, but honestly, it's not a big deal. You don't have too many golds, and the Prince does allow you to find them. Every now and then, maybe 1 in every 8 to 10 games, like, you'll have 3 gold cards in the bottom, like, I don't know, 7 cards, or like 4 gold cards in the bottom 7 cards. That sucks, but I mean, it happens. I was playing Beast SK today, and I had Berna, Royal Decree, and Duran, and like my bottom like 6 cards. It was ridiculous. It just sucks. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. That's card games for you. So, without any further ado, let's get into the gameplay. I mean, maybe his last card wasn't Caldwell. Maybe his last card was like, I don't know, what's a bad card? D-Bomb. In which case, it doesn't matter. You had Wolf in hand? Oh, okay. I thought it was a Caldwell. That's why you boost the big dragon up. I mean, this hand's fine. You had Wolf? Oh, that's unfortunate. What if my last 2 cards were D-Bomb? You win. Do you think of that? Jeez, dude. Dude, if he plays an Archpore, we can play some serious ping pong. You go ping, 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 ping. Super pings. Get to play some ping pong. Oh, ping pong? Ping pong? Oh. I got excited. No ping pong. This deck has some insane tempo. Wow. Pumpkin is blind? Why am I blind? What? I'm only half blind, alright, chat? Only one of my eyes doesn't work, alright? Don't be mean. I don't think you can do this in one without blowing Woodland. In fact, I know. Oh, no, okay. He can do it with the Consume Gold. Consume a 10 because of Thrive. You are blind, don't you remember? Oh, yeah, that does it too. Yeah, I'm blind. I remember now. I remember. Do you remember? I remember. Does this deck run Alpha, Wolf? This deck, the one I'm playing? No. No room. Wait, this procs? Oh yeah, because the play goes off before the body hits the floor. A real question this time, are you planning on protecting the meta from new Freddy's deck in a way? Protecting from Freddy's deck? I mean, I could. Not that hard. I mean, I already have a deck that does it. The Brewer deck that I've been playing does the job. It beats that list. What's his deck? It's a deck that you don't want to play or see on ladder. Otherwise, you might stop playing Gwent. Ooh, easy Slimerino. I'm gonna snap pass so that he snap passes, and then I'm gonna 2-0 him. Okay, I see how it is. You consume me, I consume you. We all consume each other. If he plays tall removal, I'm gonna cry, but no one plays tall removal in Deathwish, or whatever this is, big MO. Speaking of alpha werewolf. Dude, this thing is huge. If he has, like, Geralt, we lose the game. I cry. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it daily. I'm not gonna be a bully. Oh, wow. Oh. Song name? One sec. What are the odds he plays an engine? There's a decent chance.
An ill wind.
Don't you fret about me. Can take care of myself.
Now we will see who is weak.
This'll be quick and painful.
I sense your pain. I see your fear.
We're gonna run it this way because I need the crones to double consume. I need to be able to double consume with this on these two. Not ideal, but it is what it is. So we're losing 2 points, but we're not really. Hello CDPR support, I'd like to file a complaint. My opponent is playing cards. Dude, don't stop listening to my calls. Don't do that, it's rude. What did Swim say? I don't have Swim's number. Dude, Swim didn't used to have a phone. I'm not kidding. I remember, like, a long, long time ago, when I first started streaming, I was talking to Swim and it came up. He didn't own a phone. Because he never went out, so it didn't matter. What's the point of a phone if you never leave your house? Alright? That was his logic, which, I mean, yeah, yeah, it works. I mean, valid logic. Play this first because I need a target for a bridge troll because it can't bridge troll. You can't bridge troll yourself. No Diablo for him. I'm pretty sure he has a phone now. I don't think that's an issue. Swim and logic in the same sentence? Hey, I mean, sometimes. I have a phone, but nobody calls you. Yeah, but you need a phone, otherwise you're not going to be able to play Moablo, and that's very important. Moablo is going to be the game of the century. This Ozzy is pretty sad because we didn't draw either our spear tip or our count. Moablo, what's that? I'm glad you asked! It's an upcoming game by... Shit, who makes it? Blizzard? You get to play mobile Diablo. Wow! It's gonna be great. The best. Get hyped.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh.
Wow. Sure, it's fine.
I'm so tired.
Gwomobile when? Gwomble? Dude, I don't know. Gwent mobile when? Never? I don't know. It's gonna come down to... Is there anything I need to kill from him? I don't think so. If we had another sword master, he would have played it right. What is that? That's a weird card. I mean, he could play Scorch, so I guess we boost this. I don't know. Don't think it really matters. You lost 4 points? What? What? Oh, this. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know. Moablo's been, yeah. It's fine. We have the Aussie. Yeah, what points are, whatever. Who gives a shit about points? Points are overrated. They suck. See, chat? Points suck. It was just a BM, alright? It's just a, it's a, yeah. It's a calculated BM, alright? Don't worry about it. You guys think it's a misplay? I call it a calculated BM. See, I felt bad for him. I didn't want to win by, what, 15? I only wanted to win by 11. I was being generous.